Today on Gardener Tech Stuff we will be replacing my PC in the new case, which is the Survivor from Bitffenix in white. So the first thing to do is going to be to put the rear I/O shield in. And so it pops into the hole in the back. Next we're going to put in these blue Spectre Pro LED fans into the front. So next we're going to go ahead and put all the cables through. Because these are the Spectre Pro LED ones, we can actually control them using the PCB on the back and the LED button on the top of this case. Just need to remove all these hard drive sleds to get them in by the looks of things. Okay, now we need to line it up with the fan holes. And once it's lined up, we can grab one of the rubber rings and just push it over the front. Okay, so the next job is to get the recon into the top there. Now I've taken out all the excess cables that I'm not going to need. So if we just pass this in, I'm going to be reverse mounting this. So if we just plug in the fan cables from the fans that I've already installed in the front there. So we'll be able to just slide it in. So we're going to want to just tighten that down with a couple of screws which they provide. Right, so I've installed all the fans that I'm going to need apart from the radiator ones. I've got a second one to come on the radiator here I think, but we'll see. Now in here you probably can't see it, but embossed into the actual motherboard tray there's a little chart telling you which number standoffs you need to install for each size of motherboard. So for ATX you need to do 1, 3, 4, 5 and 8, and numbers 9 and 8. Oh sorry, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8 and 9 are already installed. Okay, I've got the screws, so now I just need to place the motherboard into the case. So they come in at it from an angle, making sure that the rear I/O lines up. Like so. And then we need to get some screws down just to hold it in place. Okay, I've got one of the fans on the radiator. I also have the radiator installed. We'll be putting a second one on, but first I want to get the power supply in and get the 8-pin in the top because that might be tricky with a second fan on. So before I actually put the power supply in itself, I'm going to feed all the cables through this rubber grommet. So let's start feeding them through and then just pull them out on the other side. The power supply is all fed through. I think I've done a pretty good job of hiding the fact that there's 2 cables in there which are unsleeved. But now we need to screw it in down here and then connect up all the cables on the back. So as you can see we've got a lot of cables coming out the back here, but fortunately Bitffenix have given us quite a bit of room here. It's about 2 centimetres. Yeah, 2 and a bit centimetres in which to put all our cables, so that shouldn't be a problem. So let's start off by connecting up the 24 pin onto the extender. Now we need to spin it around to the other side so that we can put in the hard drive and the SSD. Okay, so I'm gonna put the hard drive probably in this one I think, just to give the cable mess a bit of clearance. This is really simple. You just pop it in there and bend it on. Then you have the option down the side here for a screw to hold it tight, which I probably will do once I've worked out which screw it is. And then for the SSD, might as well just, I don't know, I kind of want to give the hard drive a bit of space for airflow, so I'm going to put the SSD up here. And this will take 4 screws, but I need to work out which 4 screws those are. Okay, let's plug in the SATA power, making sure that we've got them the right way up, just checking the right angle. and that just pushes on there like so. So I've got the temperature sensors in place. Now I just need to put the SATA cables into the motherboard and then route them back there and onto the hard drive and SSD. So you just plug into the motherboard like so, and then just put them through here. Now we just need to plug them into the relevant devices. So we've got one here, just going to go to the SSD, and another one which is going to go to the 3TB hard drive down the bottom here. So the final piece to go in now is the graphics card, which just needs to be screwed in, but first we need to remove the PCI slot cover. So the last bit is in, which means that this build has been successfully transferred into the Survivor. The next stage will be to replace the motherboard and processor and add a new SSD, but that's not going to happen for a few months, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any questions in the comment box down below, and don't forget to subscribe. So thanks.